It's been a dramatic day, a very busy day for the football club Chelsea with the Moises Caicedo deal that is definitely happening. Moises Caicedo is going to be moving to the club Chelsea as far as we know from different sources, Sky Sports, from the Liverpool Echo also, which should be a Liverpool blog, but really comes up and says that he's no longer ours. He belongs to the club Chelsea. With BBC Sports saying that Moises Caicedo belongs to the club Chelsea. A lot is definitely happening. A lot is definitely happening with the Moises Caicedo deal. And Moises Caicedo really coming up and saying that he's not interested in moving to the club Liverpool, despite the fact that Liverpool put in a bid that is worth £110 million. He said that he is just looking at moving to Chelsea because he's got an agreement in place with the football club Chelsea, and really a lot is going on, and Chelsea is in a better position at this moment in time. And not also forgetting the fact that the one and only Mohamed Kudus also failed with Brighton and Hove. Brighton and Hove being given the opportunity to sign the football player, but definitely they go on and failed with this transfer, and the club Chelsea still the favorites for this. A lot is definitely happening, and we're gonna be talking about quite a lot. Anyway, let's get this party started. Let's get the pie started. Hello everyone, and thank you for being part of the Chelsea chapter. And please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you, as long as it's sport and as long as it's Chelsea are related, right about here at the Chelsea chapter with me, your very host Abu KALS-The, here to bring to you the latest trade as it comes in. We're definitely in the summer transfer window. We talk about transfers, who's gone where, who's remaining at the club, and not forgetting that we talk about who's the club interested in buying. Quite a lot. A lot is definitely happening. I must say, a lot is definitely happening with quite. We definitely know that. A lot of things have happened this morning with the football player Mohamed Kudus and also Moises Caicedo. Quite a lot to talk about, and I think we're right about here to talk about what is happening in the camp of the football club Chelsea. Anyway, let's see how things will keep on moving, but by the look of things, the club Chelsea is really doing well when we talk about transfers, and we're going to be talking about quite a lot. A lot is definitely happening with the football club Chelsea. So, not forgetting that the first bid that Chelsea had for Moises Caicedo really was £60 million, and then it moved from £60 million to another bid that was worth £70 million. That should have really matched what the football club Brighton and Hove wanted, but they went on and rejected that bid. And after that, the club went on and asked for a bigger bid, and £80 million was in what was put in by the club Chelsea, and Brighton and Hove still said no. And Brighton and Hove was hoping that the football club Chelsea can match the £100 million price tag that was placed on the football player Moises Caicedo. And it happens that Chelsea comes up and says, okay, I'll match that. But despite the fact that it went that way, and £100 million was going to be matched, Liverpool came in and said, oh, you know what, we're giving you 110, and Brighton and Hove was definitely happy, but the football player was not so happy about that, and he had to communicate to Brighton and Hove and said, I've got an agreement in place, you've got an agreement in place with the club Chelsea, and that's where I definitely want to go. I've talked to Mauricio Pochettino about this, and I definitely need to make this move very, very fast and quick. So where you watching from, which part of the world are you watching from, just make up and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it on whatever I've got to bring to, as long as it's sports and as long as it's Chelsea related, right about here at the Chelsea chapter, as we've got quite a lot to talk about. A lot is definitely happening in this transfer window. A lot is definitely happening when we talk about the Chelsea transfers, and the football club Chelsea is looking at reinforcement in different fields, but mainly looking at defensive midfield and a bit of the striking section, where we're definitely going to be talking about Mohamed Kudus, who's quite a very wonderful one. Mohamed Kudus is a very good football player, attacking very good attacking midfielder, and he can also play as a central midfielder, and he can also play as a defensive midfielder, but that's not his expertise. His expertise is an attacking midfielder, and that is what Mauricio Pochettino has been looking for. And by the look of things, Mauricio Pochettino is in a better position at this moment in time. Where are you watching from? Let us know in the comment section, as we're definitely going to be tackling the Moises Caicedo deal and what transpired, and we're going to be talking a little bit about where we are when it comes to the Moises Caicedo transfer. Exactly where is the football club Chelsea in all this, and what is the latest when we talk about the Moises Caicedo transfer? It will be remembered that despite the fact that the bids that were put in were all rejected, Liverpool came in and put in a £110 million bid, and despite the fact that he put in a £110 million bid, the football manager Jurgen Klopp, who is the football manager of the football club Liverpool, came and confirmed that we've got an agreement in place, everything is almost getting done. I think you now understand why football managers, when asked about transfers, they decide not to say a word. It's mainly because you don't know what can happen with transfers unless you've signed the football player and he's at your club. Officially put pen to paper, anything can happen. A football player can even do a medical with the one club and sign with the other. At last minute, things can definitely change. So Liverpool were very comfortable knowing that they have signed the football player. Liverpool were more than comfortable knowing that they have a deal agreed with the football player, and that would definitely mean that they are going to have him, but it definitely did not go as they expected. They expected that since they are the highest bidders, putting in £110 million, a bid that is worth £110 million. There is no club that is going to beat that. Also, I for some reason I accepted. I was like, yeah, Liverpool is taking the football player. Nobody's going to beat the £110 million bid, and everybody knew that. And I do not see any football club that's going to put in an amount more than that. But really, they were very comfortable until it was too late, until they realized it's now impossible for them to have Moises Caicedo. The club Chelsea was working underground to make sure that they can accomplish this deal. The club Chelsea was talking to the football player Moises Caicedo, trying to tell him how things will go, how they definitely will work with him. And Mauricio Pochettino is reportedly to have talked to him on phone and explained every little bit of what the club Chelsea has for him, and how this big the project is. And it will be remembered that the football player himself recently came out and said he would love to work with Mauricio Pochettino, and he thinks that Mauricio Pochettino is rebuilding the club Chelsea, and it would be quite great for him to be part of the transformation that's going to take place at the club Chelsea. And that was definitely quite good, and everything was going on quite well and as anticipated until the last minute when the football club Liverpool really came out and said, you know what, you are going, you're not going to the football club Chelsea, you're going to Liverpool. And they took him by storm, and it's like, I'm not ready for that. That's what he definitely told Brighton and Hove. Brighton and Hove are not very happy with him. We remember that the manager of Brighton and Hove in a press conference today came out and said he's already forgotten about him. But that's good news to the club Chelsea, and the fact that Brighton and Hove have already said that they cannot go on with this transfer because he's disappointed them. They've left him to leave. But it only is because Roberto De Zerbi said that in anger, but it's because Moises Caicedo is being a man of his word. He does not want to disappoint Mauricio Pochettino because he's got a big deal with Mauricio Pochettino, gave him his word, and he wants to honor his word, and that's something that is quite great for a young football player, 21 years of age, and he sounds so he's really sounding quite great. I like that, and he doesn't want to break the promise that he made with Mauricio Pochettino. He's a very principled football player, and I think Brighton and Hove were doing a disjustice to him, because they promised him they would be moving if any club puts in a 70 million pound, and the football club Chelsea puts in a 70 million pound, 61st 70 million pound, and all this definitely is not accepted. And once Chelsea goes on and puts in an 80 million pound bid, and still they say no. And he's been quite mad with the football club Brighton and Hove. Moises Caicedo refused to go to training with them, refused to play the last game with them, and told them, I really need to move. By fair means or foul, do whatever you want to do, but put in consideration that I'm moving, and I'm not going to be going to any other club apart from Chelsea, because that's where I see myself playing for. So it's quite great that he's really chosen Chelsea over Liverpool. It's quite great because Chelsea were the first in this, and they've been willing to put in a bit of money, but Liverpool tried a hijack, and it was a very, very close and extremely close. I can't imagine all this has definitely happened today. Actually, during the night when I went to sleep, I was like, okay, I think he is going to Liverpool. Actually, before I slept, to be honest, before I went to bed, I was like, therefore, Moises Caicedo is going to Chelsea, because Chelsea was willing to put in 100 million pound. So, for some reason, I was very sure that it's going to go to the wish of the football club Chelsea. But when we go to sleep, everybody went to sleep, and it was around 3 in the night, and the football club Liverpool put in a bid that is insane, crazy amounts of money, and that bid was worth 110 million pound. And we're like, wait, 110 million pound? The football player is only worth 100 million pound. Why have you got to put in 110 million pound? I couldn't believe it. I had a couple of friends really calling me, some of the Chelsea fans calling me saying, oh, he's hijacked, and some Liverpool fans really saying, oh, he's ours. I was like, no, this is not true. He belongs to Chelsea, you know. That's not the reality. I go to check. It's very true. The bid is in, and early in the morning, I had to do a few videos and thinking that really it's not gonna happen in the favor of the club, Chelsea, you know. But then Jurgen Klopp really confirms that, you know, the reality is he is definitely going to Liverpool, and we have an agreement in place, and also Liverpool has already scheduled a medical. That's where the funny bit was, you know. Liverpool scheduled a medical of a football player they are definitely not very sure about, and they had not talked to him, but they were in conversations with Brighton and Hove. They had no confirmations with the football player, and Jurgen Klopp in an interview said he had not spoken to the football player, but he was hoping to speak to him during the course of the day. But little did he know that Mauricio Pochettino was talking to the football player directly about the transfer and explaining to him how good it's going to be at the football club, how best it's going to be at the football club Chelsea, and what plans Chelsea definitely has for him. And he was quite content, and he gave him his word. It was like, I'm going to come to the football club Chelsea. So Brighton and Hove were very happy that they were going to get an extra 10 million pound. I mean, I've not seen something like this. I've not seen something like this in a very big period of time. A football player really are not being told, and despite the fact that football player was not being told, the football club willing to pay more than what the football player is worth, more than what the football club has been asked. But I think they went, they said they were going to put in 110 million pound because Chelsea was willing to match the price, and that's definitely wrong. Chelsea was willing to match the 100 million pound, but Liverpool went on and said, you know what, for us we're going to pay 110 million pound, surpass what he's worth. And then Sky Sports really came out and was like, oh, you know what, he's having a second thought of signing for the club Liverpool. And when I read that from Sky Sports, immediately I understood and knew that it's going to change. It's going to take a twist. It's not going to happen in the favor of Liverpool, because Moises Caicedo in the first place, he does not want to play for Liverpool. But he could go there for the money because they're offering him a bit of more money in wages, and in Brighton and Hove is being offered quite a lot of money, so he could go there for the sake of money. But I couldn't believe it. But again, when I looked at it and that he's having second thoughts, then I was like, okay, the reality is, the big point, the reality is that he's not going to be going there because if he's having second thoughts, then the second thoughts are not with Manchester United, they're not with Arsenal, they're not with Liverpool. Of course, they're definitely with the football club Chelsea, because that's where he definitely wants to be. And it goes on, and it happens. It definitely happens. The deal really goes on in favor of the club, in the favor of club Chelsea, and Chelsea really are quite very happy about this big deal. Let us know what you definitely think in the comment section about Moises Caicedo, and I think by now we should be, Chelsea fans should definitely be jubilating about the football player Moises Caicedo, because it's going to be a deal that is done, sealed and confirmed. That's what I definitely know at this moment in time. There is nothing that's going to change the fact and reality that is going to be a Chelsea football player, despite the fact that a £110 million bid was put in by the club Liverpool, but it definitely was rejected, not by the club but by the player. The club would have loved to make an extra £10 million, but the football player really said, no way, I'm not an object for sale. I also have a club that I definitely want to play for, and I've made a promise to this football club, and that's where I'm going. Not many football clubs, not many football players will really say that. It's quite very rare, and I think we should give him a thumbs up. You can give this video a thumbs up if you really want the football player Mrs. Caicedo to come to the club Chelsea, and if you also think that what he did by rejecting the Liverpool move was the best, you can also give this video a thumbs up. Anyway, let's really hope that things keep on moving on quite well. But he rejected Liverpool. He definitely rejected Liverpool and told them, you know what, I'm definitely not coming to Liverpool because I've definitely had a deal in place. I've had to agree to this deal. I've definitely had to agree to moving to the club Chelsea. So it's quite a bit complicated. It was complicated for him to not move to the club Chelsea, as Mauricio Pochettino is more than happy to work with him. And when Mauricio Pochettino was asked early today, Mauricio Pochettino was asked about this move, and it was like Chelsea is really looking at building a big project and working with new players. Also, it was quite a lot that he talked about, but really, it's quite good that he honored. It's quite good that he definitely honored his promise. A young football player, and also a football player that is principled, wants to do whatever he says, not giving people fake promises. So Brighton and Hove are not happy with this decision, but him as a football player is very happy about what he's decided, saying no to the club Liverpool, and Liverpool fans are not very happy with him. But Chelsea fans, I think, are jubilating. Chelsea fans are definitely jubilating about what is going on. And we are going to be seeing the football player at the football club Chelsea any minute from now. And we're going to be talking a little bit about Mohamed Kudus. You will remember that Mohamed Kudus is an ex-professional football player who plays as an attacking midfielder and also a striker, but on rare occasions can be a defensive midfielder. Formerly, he was a defensive midfielder and played as a defensive midfielder for almost a full year. But when he was put in the attacking midfield, he played much better as an attacking midfielder, and that's why at this moment in time he is a proper attacking midfielder. So Brighton and Hove still were given the opportunity to sign the football player, despite the fact that the club Chelsea were very interested in him and looking at signing the football player, but it did not go on as expected or as anticipated. They gave them a deadline of 48 hours to make sure that they have agreed personal terms with him, but Chelsea really kept on monitoring this but didn't do anything. However, Brighton and Hove failed to meet the time limit, and at this moment in time he's been put back to the transfer market, and Chelsea still are exploring ways on which they can sign the football player Mohamed Kudus, and definitely he is in line, and Chelsea is saying that once everything is done 100% for the football player Mrs. Caicedo, then the next football player that is going to be signed by the football club Chelsea is none other than the one and only Mohamed Kudus. And once the Moises Caicedo deal is really done, sealed, completed, then we will definitely be seeing the football player Mohamed Kudus really moving to the club Chelsea. So I think Chelsea is a much better club in Mauricio Pochettino's reign. Even when you see in the preseason games, Chelsea has been playing quite well, much better, and winning already a trophy. The Premier League series was definitely a Premier League series trophy was taken by the club Chelsea. You can see quite a lot of improvement, despite the fact that football players have had a few injuries. We've had Wesley Fofana with a big injury, and this is where Chelsea comes in as a game changer. Wesley Fofana really gets an injury, and Todd Body really thinks quite hard and shares with Mauricio Pochettino, what can we do? Let's go and sign Monaco defender. Will they accept? Okay, let's put in the cash. And then we see the Monaco defender, a very good one, Axel Disasi, come to Chelsea, sign. The deal was definitely done very quick, absolutely very quick, and that gap was definitely sealed. It's quite amazing that Chelsea is doing these deals quite fast so that they can get into a position where they do much better, much bigger things. So my name is Abu KALS, and if you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe, ring that notification bell so that you do not always miss it on whatever I've got to bring to you, as long as it's sport and as long as it's Chelsea related, right about here at the Chelsea chapter. Drop your predictions in the comment section about who's gonna win the game. There is a game between Chelsea and Liverpool, and these games these clubs have been in a bidding war. They've definitely been in a fight, and despite the fact that they have been a fight for Mrs. Caicedo, plus also Mohamed Kudus was a little bit linked to the club Chelsea, Liverpool, but I don't think he's going there. Despite the drama that is going on, there is a game that's going to be happening very soon between Liverpool and the club Chelsea. Whom do you think is going to win? And you can let us know whom you think is going to win this game, because it's going to be a very brilliant one, with Liverpool already signing a couple of football players. By the way, they signed Alexis McAllister, who was also linked to the football club Chelsea, and then they signed Dominic Szoboszlai from who is a Hungarian professional football player, but was also a former teammate of the now injured football player, Chelsea football player Christopher Nkunku at RB Leipzig, and now we're definitely going to see them. They've got two signings, they've only got two signings, but the football club Chelsea has got quite a number, but let's hope that Chelsea can really perform quite better. Anyway, whom do you think is going to win this game? Because it will also be showing us quite a lot. It will definitely be proving to us quite a lot. Let us know what you definitely think in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss it on whatever I've got to bring to you, as long as it's sports and as long as it is Chelsea related, right about here at the Chelsea chapter with me, your very host Abu KALS, as I'm definitely right about here to bringing to you at the latest tweet as it comes in, as we could definitely be seeing a lot being done this time round by the club Chelsea. I think Mauricio Pochettino's reign is much more better than the others that have been at the club Chelsea. You can tell that Mauricio Pochettino is a much better manager, because he's getting a bit of results, way better than the former Chelsea manager, and Graham Potter. Graham Potter was also a very good one, but he did not perform as good as Mauricio Pochettino is performing. And I think Mauricio Pochettino at this moment in time is much better, a much better manager, and I think we should consider him as one of the best managers that Chelsea could have signed or could have had. Anyway, let's hope things keep on moving on quite well, as we've been talking about the football player Mohamed Kudus and also also Moises Caicedo, as Moises Caicedo is definitely heading to the football club Chelsea any minute from now, and I will definitely still be bringing to you a bit more of what the current manager of the club Chelsea, Mauricio Pochettino, said about the football player Moises Caicedo and him moving to the club Chelsea. And we are going to be listening again one more time to what he had to say.
On the pitch, but it seems like the club's going up against Liverpool off the pitch in the pursuit for Moises Caicedo. Is there an update that you could give us? Is this a player that you're looking at bringing in?
I mean, I think you know me very well. I never talk about players that don't belong to us. I think I am so respectful. What I can tell you that we are working really hard to try to add, more players to the squad, add quality, and of course, if we have some update to make for you, the club will do. But at the moment, I'm not going to talk about players that don't belong to us. I think that is really important to be very respectful with all the clubs and the player. But like any club, we are working really hard to try to add more quality, and of course to reinforce the team, the squad. Yes, we are working hard. I am so happy in the way that we are doing the things with Paul, Lawrence, and the owners. The relationship is really, really good and really close. And yes, at the moment, I am so far so good. We are so happy to work in this way.
And that was definitely Mauricio Pochettino responding to the Moises Caicedo deal, and that was quite great, with confirmations that he's definitely going to be Moises Caicedo is going to be part of the Chelsea Football Club, and I think it's quite great. It's definitely quite great to have him at the Chelsea Football Club. It's going to be quite amazing. Let us know what you definitely think about because should we call him new signing? Should we call him a new signing? Because I think he is. He's definitely going to be one that the club Chelsea can really stand with. So let us know what you definitely think. Let us know what you definitely think in the comment section, and please do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to, as long as it's sports and as long as it is Chelsea related, right about here at the Chelsea chapter with me, your very host Abu Kausas. I'm right about here to bringing to you the latest stuff as we've been talking about Moises Caicedo. But despite the fact that we've also been talking about Moises Caicedo, we've been talking about yet another superstar, another youngster, Mohamed Kudus. Moises Caicedo has been the center of focus for this live video, as we've been talking about his potential move to the club Chelsea, with Chelsea really trying its level best to make sure that the football player can be signed officially, and his preference is really moving to the football club Chelsea, and that's quite great. Him saying that he wants to move to the club Chelsea, rejecting a bid that is worth £110 million is definitely quite amazing. And I think he should be regarded as a legend, Chelsea legend, because he's really chosen Chelsea, and I'm very sure that he will definitely get the game time he definitely wants at the club Chelsea. Chelsea has been lacking a very good defensive midfielder like him, and I think the fact that Chelsea has gone on and had this defensive midfielder is going to be quite great and amazing. Let us know still, Mohamed Kudus still in the pipeline. There's still a big possibility that the football club Chelsea is gonna sign Mohamed Kudus, a very wonderful one, a very good defensive, a very good attacking midfielder, and we could definitely be seeing him really playing for the football club, Chelsea any minute from now, as Chelsea is now putting the guns onto Mohamed Kudus after sealing this deal of the football player Moises Caicedo, who is quite a brilliant one, a very good football player, a very good defensive midfielder. Let's hope things keep on moving on quite well for the club Chelsea, and Chelsea can get the football players that they definitely need. It's just the beginning, because do not forget that Chelsea is still getting more football players already. We've seen quite a number of football players really leaving the football club Chelsea, with the likes of the likes of the goalkeeper already left the football club Chelsea. Mendy left. Kepa Arrizabalaga also has been linked to an exit, and also we've had quite a lot of football players, and the best defensive midfielder in the